Hi, my name is Dr. Marcia Carr. I am presently working at the University of North Carolina at Wilmington. I am an assistant professor. I'm also co-coordinator for the Masters of School Administration program. The past decade, I actually served as a public school superintendent, and prior to that, I was director of curriculum and instructional technology. I've also served as a principal in a pre-K through 12 environment. I worked as a grants coordinator. I was a reading specialist, and I was a reading teacher at the high school level. I have probably as many years at the elementary level as the secondary level, and I think I have about 35 years, 38 years in public school administration, or in public school education, I should say. What I want to talk to you a little bit about today is politics, navigating in the political arena, in the educational environment, and it is quite tricky. The first thing I want to tell you is there's two types of politics. There is positive and then there's negative. We seem to have a tendency when we hear the word politics that we think of negative. And actually, as a school superintendent, as an administrator, you will find that there is a positive side to politics. It is the way that we operate, the way we get policy change, the way we get networking in order to create laws. So a lot of that's good. There's funding sources out there that you can politically use to maneuver to get new football stadiums, new buildings, all of that. But let's talk a little bit about the negative side of politics. And this is the side that you have to be very careful and you have to navigate through. And I have kind of like 5 steps, 5 rules that I kind of apply. You can actually use those for positive or negative. But the first one that I always look at is that as an administrator is locate your power sources in your community and in your school. Know who your power players are. Know who the people are that are the movers and the shakers and the doers and to get things done. And who could be obstacles if you don't include them. The next thing I would ask you to do is to begin networking. As you identify these people, you need to start networking with them. And by networking, that means you're talking to them. Find out what they like, don't like, find out what their interests are, what they do, what they don't do. Then begin making a mental map. And by mental map, I mean in your mind, you need to start associating people with, if you are looking at playground construction, maybe that's PTO or PTA. Maybe there's some power players there that could really get that done. So you need to start navigating and figuring out who does what within the community, because it's very important to have these people involved. The 4th step is going to be include and involve. Now that you have located the power sources, you've started networking with them, and you've got this mental map of who does what, which is kind of the categorization, now you're going to start involving them. You build excellence brigades, teams, committees, focus groups. I always try to have somebody from the community involved in any team or committee that I put together, even if they were there as a non-voting member. They need to have representation. And the last thing that you do is reward and celebrate. And this is the most important part of politics that we forget. And that is acknowledge the people that have helped you get something done, that have been a part of this achievement, and celebrate it so that they feel a part of the school environment. You have to build that community. And I know we talk about building it, but these 5 steps seem to help you navigate through that political environment, because if you're not cautious and you miss somebody or leave someone out, it's really hard to undo the damage. So do all of your mapping up front, know what you're doing, and then put that in place. And I think this will help you get off to a good start. Thank you.